Hey, if you're looking to buy a house, you need a down payment, but there's some other costs you need to factor in as well. Let's go over what those are today so you'll have a handle on it before you get ready to buy. All right, within 3 days of getting a house under contract, you're going to need to make an earnest and an option payment to a title company. An earnest payment shows that you're earnest in wanting to buy the house and gives the seller confidence for taking their house off the market for you. An option payment gives you the unrestricted right to terminate on the contract within a set amount of time. Both of those are made within 3 days of going under contract. After that, I will advise you to have an inspection done. This is not a mandatory cost, but it is something that a very savvy buyer would do. Always recommended. So you're going to hire an inspector to come in and check out the house. Depending on the house and what all you're having inspected, that may cost you between $400 and $600. Next cost you're going to encounter is the appraisal. Usually that's paid right after your option period ends. The appraisal is when the lender sends out a neutral party to assess the value of the house, and that is a cost that the buyer pays for. Next, after that, sometimes there's a fee for the survey. A survey is a map of the property showing exactly what it is that you're purchasing, where the boundary lines are, where the sidewalks are, where the trees are, all that kind of thing. Surveys are required when you purchase a home. If there isn't an existing one that's acceptable to your lender and the title company, then you'll need to have a new one made. Okay, so those are all the fees that are generally paid between the time you contract a house and the time you close. Now, on closing day is when you'll make your down payment and pay the remainder of your closing costs. Other closing costs will be lender fees if you're getting a loan on the purchase, title company fees, including your buyer's title insurance policy, your buyer's agent fee, your tax record fees, your HOA transfers if you're buying a house that's in an HOA. So you've got a whole menu of things. A lot of times those can be negotiated for the seller to cover them for the buyer. All of that is done up front when you're contracting the house. You negotiate who's paying for what, including all of those closing costs. Most of these fees are negotiable, and so it's important to sit down with a realtor as you first start this process to understand the type of market that you're in and which things you might be able to negotiate, which things you probably can't, and to get a ballpark on what to expect for each of those costs so that you know before you ever get a house under contract an idea about how much money you're going to need to put into the process at what point and how much you can ask the seller to help you cover those costs. This is a 10,000 foot, very high level view, but we'll get into a whole lot more detail when we sit down for a true buyer's consultation. If you would like to do that, or if you have any specific questions, please reach out and I'd be happy to set up a time to talk more in depth. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.